Oxlint's JavaScript plugin support reached alpha, and what it means is around 80% of the ESLint users can just migrate over and their rules work as before. That's because Oxlint is compatible with the ESLint plugin API and actually runs them even faster. You can take your rules, no matter if it's your custom rules or some packages, and run them through the JS plugins in Oxlint. Here we have a very classic app.tsx component using useState from React, but people proficient in React already see that set count here is triggering an infinite rendering loop. The problem is that if we just run pnpm lint in this case, nothing is called. One thing we can do is just adding the native React plugin here and hope that this might work, but it doesn't. This is because the rule itself, called setState in render, only works through the React compiler, and the React compiler rules, well, they can't be easily ported for Rust. Luckily, we can use the JavaScript plugin of that. We have this ESLint plugin React hooks here, and we can use this easily in Oxlint. And that applies to any ESLint plugin through npm or your custom rules that you can write. We use JS plugins here because it's a JavaScript plugin, and we insert it. Now, if we run lint again, we hit a problem here because it says the React hooks plugin is already implemented natively in Rust within Oxlint. Using both the native and JS versions would create ambiguity about which rules to use, so that's correct. We can use this little snippet and copy it over, basically use the plugin, but we give it a different name because we only want to use certain JS-based rules and not all of them. So now we can say we use the rules here, and one rule we want to use is React hooks JS. So that's the specifier. We gave it right up here. And then the rule name, so set state in render, and this should be set to error. Now, if we save this and run the linting command again, thanks to the React compiler, we actually see, oh yeah, here are problems. Error calling set state during render may trigger an infinite loop. That means you can move your React applications over, no matter if you use the compiler rules, any others. If they're not supported natively in Oxlint, and just use JS plugins. Important disclaimer here. Yes, I mentioned 80% of the ESLint users in the beginning, and that's because JS plugins can't do two things at the moment. One thing is custom parsers. So what won't work is linting Vue, Svelte, Angular, etc. templates. The script part already works perfectly, but the template doesn't. That's something we're working on right now. The other thing is custom type over lint rules. The lint rules from TypeScript ESLint are mostly covered, only 2 are missing, and they're built into Oxlint. But if you have lint rules that are custom written or using a package that needs that information from the TypeScript compiler, that won't work at the moment. So these are the 2 biggest issues. Other than that, things work smoothly and we're working on them. So let us know if you move over, if you have any other problems, and how the migration is going.